I'm looking to my side and there's something I should probably put somewhere else, but I'll deal with it after this recording at least because I also want to get into the real quick play, even though I know I nixed pretty much episode 0 or run 0, but listen, alright? I get one free pass, and I might be twisting things here and there, making things easy for myself. But for the most part, I'm still trying to be kind of honest. I guess is the best way I can put it. At least in terms of how hard I want to be in myself. So, both second checks, and I think I'm just going to take that damage when it comes, because I don't believe in myself. Now, we're on Knight Errant as well, so I definitely want Schoolyard. I could take History Club for 1 perk. I forgot if I had all character perks set, because Quick Play, the only time you get to check before a level up is when you're at the start screen, so whoopsie doopsie. I don't need to take the hospital pass as Toshiaki. Toshiaki. I keep confusing his name because it's said 2 different ways. I think it's Toshiaki. Question mark. Well, it's too late now, but either way, playing as him on Harbinger, I could just end up dying immediately, all things considered. I mean, that's a quite real possibility. But we'll see what mysteries we get. I allow myself 3 rerolls, but really you can just reroll however many times you want. Festival Sailors, Vigil, Ramen, Eels. So we'll take Eels first and zigzag in between. Let's hope that I remember what my second encounter is, because I have died a lot to not remembering my seconds, even though I could just be writing notes in the background. I have to swear that I'm not trying to make epic content by failing intentionally. Although, really, all you have for me there is the honor system, so, I mean, that's really all you have. I raised the threat level there, but I think, obviously, this game still has bugs. Pantstas, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know Pantstas personally. I don't know Sibrid games. I'm so sorry if I butchered the pronunciation, or anyone involved. All I hear is that, or all I see, or I assume, is that nice 12 roll on the strength check, by the way. They'll never stop that, at least. But all I hear is that, it's hard. It's hard. So, and if Pantstas is indeed developing the game all on his own, then even more reason. Among the likes of other developers who are also solo, but, it's a balancing act. So I'm going to get these funds, by the way, because there's no reason not to. Usually. It's usually worth the time. I don't plan to really use you're not going to, be right at level 5 when you complete, and if you are, then usually by that time you've already beat the run. If I were to give my little nuggets of wisdom on World of Horror meta, if that, if you want to sweat, but again, it is what it is. I feel that's the case. If people disagree, I mean, I've been wrong on a lot of things. I'm not the most, in terms of, 1, remembering details, and 2, usually, I mean, World of Horror is the game that I have to be the most experienced with, but that doesn't correlate to, if you're looking objectively at how good a person is at a game, among other things. But anywho, we were talking about developing games. I don't want to give my own personal experience because that makes it sound... I mean, I can, but I'll first finish the thought. Pantstas deals with Pantstas things. I'm taking the same stance. It's not like... Well, we don't have any... Again, no one, aside from those working with Pantstas, knows the exact workings. And the one time the publisher did come out to talk about Pantstas, it was that Pantstas had a legitimate reason. And that's all people need to know. But at the same time, it's not that the criticism is... I don't want to say undue, because it sounds pretty bad, but it's not that people criticizing that, the game doesn't receive many updates, it's not for no reason. At the same time, well, no, because I personally weigh the other way, because, well, our worldly situation is as it is, regardless of whether you think it is better now than it was a year or 2 ago. I mean... Isn't Pantstas also working in a medical field, by the way? That's why... And say what you want about it, but I think even that, no matter what you are, even you could be cleaning a hospital, and that I think people would argue that, nice 10 roll, by the way, people would argue that that's a pretty important job, that you should probably be getting help in, other factors aside, I would consider, at the bare minimum, I would consider anyone who works in a hospital, no matter what you do, you could wash dishes for, kitchens in there, you could do among other things. I mean, anything hygienic really still is important, but you get what I mean. If you're connected to that field in any way, to any, even as indirect as it may be, I think you have your time full, which cuts into development time. I could say the same about a few other developers, but again, I usually don't want to. It's not like I think that I'm throwing anyone under the bus. It's that, oh my goodness, this break damage, by the way. I can do this, right? Yeah, so. But it's that anything in your life will get in the way, especially if you're the only one working on the game. With a few other people, to some extent. Again, I don't know the level of involvement other people have with World of Horror, but I assume to some level there is. Also, we do have character-specific perks, so we will take insta-kill in case we need to, for whatever reason. I'm also taking strength so that I don't die to frostbite. Or that's the thought anyway. So, yeah. And I personally put myself in the category of having a lot more free time as opposed to most other developers who are working a second job, or were working and then decided to make a game on the side. And that's usually how it is, right? That's usually how you hear, at least for visible games, how it all starts. I also took thingy. I think Obsessed Man was my second encounter. Yes, he was. I now also only have a brick, which is not the best thing, but I have insta-kill with 14% doom on my third mystery, lowering depending on what my mansion RNG, but, So yeah, development, it will take years. In fact, I can name off, I don't want to say, but now it sounds like I'm just making excuses, but I can think of 3 to 5 games minimum off the top of my head where they were early access or even in alpha 5-7 years ago, and at this point they're finally getting some recognition, at least enough where I think I would personally consider those games to be a success. But some people want things to go mainstream. Some of these games cannot be. As you may know or not know, I am more attuned to games of a more explicit nature, but if you're considering mainly the capital made from those games, then I think you have to agree that the games that I'm thinking of are, in their genre, successful. So, one of the games I'm talking about, I think I've played on this channel, so I'm mainly looking at gameplay, but, I mean, the point is still there, and that, I would consider that specific game a success. I mean, it reached top 10 in one of the categories. I think it's still top 10. And even if you just look at the amount of sales that it got on one place of... what do I want to call it? One place of purchase, then, yeah, again, it should be more than enough evidence. Also, yeah, so I did get frostbite. Do I have the nurse? Well, we're going to find out. Hopefully my strength doesn't lower anymore, but I can also get rid of this enemy pretty easily. I don't need to insta-kill it, so I need a point of dex. I should have probably put a point of dex into this, but alternatively, I could... Nah. Do I want to do a 50-50-50 gamble? What are my odds here? Let me just stop talking about what I was doing before. 50. My chance of missing one of these... My head does not want to work right now. I don't want to do math right now, so I'm just going to do this, and we will... Now, you know what? We're going to do this. So, a 20% chance I miss. Right? And I should be able to kill, even with the meat cleaver? I'm going to throw the meat cleaver and find out. No, the answer is no. I can't brace, especially not with one strength, so... I will just do this, and 2 reasons. This is not the hardest encounter, so I don't really care too much. But we will be taking 2 reasons. Could have been 3, but we have Kana with this, so thankfully. And we'll keep going. But as I was saying before, games of those natures that are made by one person, it all started off me talking about how those games take a long time, and that specific game that I was talking about was, oh my goodness, nice infected wound, by the way, was made like 7+ years ago, and that's pretty much the same amount of time that some games, again, that I'm thinking off the top of my head, have been in development. Am I dead here, by the way? I think I'm actually dead here. I should have taken healing. Well, nice. I don't think there's anything else I can do. What a time to be alive, by the way. I shouldn't have taken that damage. I could have prevented this by throwing brick. Anywho, I guess I'll do 2 in 1. You know what? So I'll go quick play again, because I need to finish my thought. I don't want to just end it here. So I'll do another one and count this as 2. Again, this is more like a chill series, so whatever, right? Anywho, let's actually look at this. All perks, scars, Yogathag, and randomized item stats doesn't really do anything. We are Aiko, so we should survive, right? No matter what. But we'll find out, because I didn't die something to Toshiaki reasons. I died because of reason. But I could have avoided that, but both seconds, dexterity, charisma, Takashi-san, and light. But we'll see. So we are on Scars Yogathag. Alright, for that reason, I'll take the usual loadout, and we'll see how well we do. We will do this first, and then I'll get back to what I was talking about before. So yeah, there are a couple of games I can think of off the top of my head that are just, you know, they've been in development for at minimum several years, and this relates to you know, thinking about Panstas, not exactly, but thoughts, because those are like few people or one man development teams. So you know, among many other developers who have made, I mean, you can look at a lot of outlets right now for video games. I'm deciding whether I want to take sailors or botanists, because I don't feel like being stuck in a forest. I'll do botanists first. But among those that aren't, there are far too many that aren't successful, but you can argue some of them are non-commercial projects, so among ones that are actually breaking out, and, you know, they all start from modest beginnings. Am I going to get double brain damage and die? I mean, I was about to say, what do I want to do here? Do I want hardware shop? Yeah, I do. I could take brick, but we're going to do hardware shop, just in case, at minimum to get a light source, and then I will... Do I want brick? I have scars, so I could do brick. I could do a brick play. Yeah, I'll do a brick play. I bought cigarettes because I like cigarette strat. Hopefully that doesn't end up killing me, but that's why I'm getting more bricks. I'm not Toshiaki, so I'm not going to be spamming this, but we'll see how well it works out. But yeah, one-man development teams, if you want the elevator pitch version, it takes several years, usually, for one man to make a game. I think that's the elevator pitch that I want to stick with. Nice 12 roll, by the way. Those don't help me at all, along with events that just penalize me, but we'll keep moving on. Oh, more Doom? Why, don't mind if I do. Let's see what else. This is Botanist, right? Yeah, so I don't need to do this side quest. In fact, I don't want to do this side quest, because Fish God is already penalizing me a whole bunch, along with getting a bunch of curses, which won't help me out, really. They're gonna hurt me a lot, but it's fine. Hey, attack dog, finally. 1 extra damage. There's camp dog, attack dog, and then regular dog. Do all of those die in... Quick World of Horror question. Do all of those die in... Nice 10 roll, by the way. All of those die in 7th curse? Let me know, because I feel like one of them did, and someone reported that as... They said that was a bug, because usually the dogs don't die, along with the one who also doesn't die, but... so I could fit more of these if I wanted to gamble. I can actually do a fun little iteration of 90-80, because this is guaranteed, and these are not. You know what? What's the worst that could happen, says me, before tragedy strikes? We'll take the 1 all, if for no other reason than to not stay near topped off. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's 60. What am I saying? Well, I probably could have saved some resources there, but I said I was gonna get serious, and I didn't I'm not serious at all. Also, yeah, a fair strength check, not in my favor, so I mean, if you're looking at things in binary, it's either did I pass or did I fail. However, I feel it is important to note that how high the game rolls against me as I proceed to show Exhibit J, 11 versus 2, and I could be Kyrie, I would have failed. I'll take the Doom damage, thank you. Yeah. I kind of just expected at this point. 38% do on going into my second mystery, and I'm stuck in this forest. Well, the good news is I can brick into Desperation. Let's just be sure. Let's try to optimize just a little bit, alright? Yeah, this isn't too great. 6 or 8 damage, so I definitely need to throw a brick, and then we'll get out. So, and that's a bonus damage. So I could have gambled. I could have not thrown a brick, but at this point, I'm trying not to die. But yeah, that's again, to just seal it one more time so I don't have to talk about it anymore. That's a nice one reason loss. That has killed me before, I think. But one person, it takes a long time to develop. Even if someone is making the music and they put it in, I think personally I would still count that as one person creating the game. But that's not to diminish other people who may have made assets for the game. They obviously have done work themselves, but at least a majority portion of the game was, created by Panstas. I think he made most, if not all the graphics in Paint. So, I think the music someone worked on. Obviously, there's a publisher, so it's not like one man did everything. And even if that was the case, you eventually have to throw your game up on a platform of some sort, so like an online site or something. So it's never really one person. But for the purposes of just saying, did he make it on his own? Yes. Did he receive help and other people did work on aspects of the game? I think so. I think the BGM was from someone else, so I think I do have fame. Or do I want to just do this? Extra 2 damage, which does actually break thresholds. Otherwise, I could take kind of faster actions. I can't do the math in my head right now. I'll take Dexterity in case I need to prep attack, and then fit something else in, but we will rest here. While at the same time, those are still more efficient. I will be using Monument, but we'll see. My knowledge is absolute garbage, so we'll keep moving on. So to move on to another topic, or maybe unless I just die immediately, I'll just cut myself off. But to talk about another topic, I know I've mentioned before, and I'm not trying to defend myself at this point, but when I mentioned that, from the perspective of a developer, or when I say things like, if I were to design, that's because I have developed games, nothing too big. If you heard me talk about this already, you'll hear me repeat this one part where... Nice 10 roll, by the way, where I have made smaller projects, but they were certainly non-commercial projects. Nice 9 roll, by the way. It's probably an 8 with a plus modifier, but the point is still there. But it's small projects, and they're mainly to test certain things. See how things like how does the audience respond to me introducing this mechanic? Do they like the design of this game if I were to make something that way? Very small things. Of course, you would want bigger projects because you might want to test... Oh, we're on timeline B. Interesting. You might want to test... I'm just going to take the 4 Doom damage. You might want to test, if you're making a story, if you're making a non-linear game, if you're making, if you're testing out a different kind of... I guess the best way to say it is avant-garde things. I think that's how I would explain the things I was testing out and seeing how the players respond. And for the most part, it's good, but there's obviously always criticism for almost every game, if not every game. That's just the normal part of development, testing things out, working out bugs. But there have been... I think it's been mostly successful. So when I play games and I approach them in the way of saying, here's how I would do it. If for no one else, it's for me to think about, okay, how would I do this? How would I do that? What would I improve on? What should be changed if I were to do it in my way? How would I do it in my engine? How would I implement, say, this and this and that? And a whole slew of other things. I think I'm going to be throwing a brick here. I don't want to just be gambling the whole time. 9 damage. I could throw something else, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to do this. And we'll take what we'll be bricking for the rest of the run, hopefully. Because 69%, 59% Doom is very, very not good. I probably shouldn't have taken these cigarettes. What are my only other ways to get rid of Doom? Not really many, so I have to hope Yogateg Egg plays nice. Obviously, I can't talk about the games I don't. It's not I don't want to talk about the games I've developed or have been a part of. Not because I'm under any NDA. It's just because I ethically don't. I try to separate, me playing on this channel and me developing games as another entity. Not that that really helps out. Ooh, yeah. Do I want to just do this now? Do I die if I do this? I keep forgetting. No. My Doom is rising high, but what could I do? What could I have done, actually, when I think about it? I'll leave that question for later as I finish my thought. And, no, I guess I'm not going to finish my thought, but I'll talk about it again another time. Gosh dang it.